Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's always a pleasure to have you every single Friday. This is where we are. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, what are you waiting for? It's very personal for me to talk about friendships. I have struggled through friends. Oh my God. I've made some great friends. I have lost some great friends. I've made very useless relationships for friendships. And sometimes I look at people and I'm like, why were you ever my friend? That just really didn't work out. So I want to talk about friendships and the circle you keep around you, because these are the relationships that eventually form who you are and who you end up being, right? So let me tell you my journey of friendships. When I was a teenager, first of all, I was already on television. At 14, I was already in the TV game, and lucky for me, in 2002, the best way to communicate was SMS. And so we didn't have fans thronging, to tell us how they loved us. No, it was just an SMS here and there on TV to just say, maybe the show was good or that. So I never lived in a bubble. So when I went back to school, I was also probably an awkward kid. I was more of a tomboy. And so I never really related to the cool kids or the cool girls. And so I went through my teenage life a bit easy. And then I got to university and that got awkward. Because if you didn't learn how to be a girly girl in your teenage years and you got to university, it was a bit tough. And I made friendships. I think that's when I realized how to really make friendships. Of course, some didn't go well. But at university, I was torn between making friends from school who were living their normal lives and making friends in my business, which was TV and radio, aka celebrities. I did both. So here's my experience with my friends from my media circles. It didn't work out because we're all bragging. The only reason you made friends with the next person is because they were more famous than you, or they knew more people than you, or they could get you something. And so I realized that in our workspace, we were all friends because we wanted something from the other. I saw how friendships died. When somebody lost their position in the media or position in celebrity dom, people dropped that person. People didn't call that person. You were always there saying, oh, what happened to so-and-so? Oh, we don't know. So I said, wait. It's this fickle. You all let go of each other just like that. And outside of that, there was also this envy and competition that was unhealthy, because the radio presenter doesn't want to be your friend because maybe you want to take my job. Or they can't advise you because what if I tell you tips and you get better and take my job? And so there was never healthy friendships. There was so much envy, so much jealousy. I just had to let that go. So I made friendships with my schoolmates at the university. And the problem with that is that they didn't accept me. They always saw me as a person on TV or radio, and so they treated you a certain way. They treated you different. Why are you taking a taxi like everyone else? Why are you on a border? Why can't you afford this pair of shoes? Why can't you afford to look like this? You make money. And you couldn't sit down, everybody, just to explain, oh, I really don't make that much money. Actually, right now as I speak, I don't have money. Because a celeb without money, how dare you? And so those friendships also ended because I had to pretend to be someone. So you'd make a paycheck. Instead of using it to pay your tuition or to save up to buy something meaningful, you're out here competing for clothes and going out to party and have a drink or two. And it just didn't work out. And plus, if you don't drink, you're buying other people drinks because you're the celeb of the clique. So my friend, I struggled in my 20s. And then I made a certain group of friends who I thought, finally, I've made great friends. We're now clicking. We all go out and everybody pays their bill. I mean, we're all independent women. We're all working because now we're in the corporate class. Ooh. Plus, I like that we're all in different categories. We're not working in the same business. And then one day I get the contracts of my life, the contracts that probably helped me turn around my career. I was going to do the Guinness Football Challenge, and I was also picked as VJ for Channel O. Same time, literally dropped the same time. I signed the contract same week. And so I'm excited. And I call one of my girlfriends and I say, we need to go out to lunch and celebrate. She's like, why? I just got the jobs of my dreams. I sit her down, and after I tell her, mind you, we're not in the same business. She totally does something different. After I tell her the news, she gets angry. She says, I'm not hungry anymore. I need to go. I'm tired. I'm yawning. I need to sleep. And I was like, maybe she's really tired. But to cut the story short, that was the end of our friendship. She wasn't happy for me. She ceased to be my friend. Till today, by the way, I still bump into her. And I'm not quite sure why. She just had beef. But I had to learn. I had to learn that not everybody will be excited for you. And also, you need to know what to tell people about your life, which I think today they tell us that when something good is happening for you, don't share the news until it's ready. Because you never know who's going to sabotage it. You never know who's going to break your spirit or break your hard work. So maybe sometimes keep your good stuff to yourself. But today, at my age, I have great friends. I have a good circle. Nonetheless, yeah, I've had to learn through a few lessons, but I have a good circle of friends. But what makes my circle of friends good? I speak highly of my friends because I genuinely think they're great people. So if you ask me about any of them, it doesn't matter where our relationship is at the time, even if we're mad at each other, I will say great things. But most importantly, when we all sit down as friends, we don't tear down people. We don't nitpick one person's name and just tear them down, talk about how maybe they're ugly, maybe I don't like their feet, maybe I don't like their shoes, I don't like their clothes, they don't look nice, I don't like their family. Oh, did you hear about the predicaments of this one? We're not in that business. Because you need to check when people in your circle are always negative about others. Darling, they will never be happy about you. Because if people talk negatively about others, chances are it's just their unhappiness. Which means when you're not in the room, guess who they're saying negative things about? Yup. Conversation is another way to know you have great friendships. What do you talk about? When you and your friends are together at your happiest, at bliss moment, what do you talk about? Do you choose to speak about others? Do you choose to speak about, your families? Do you speak about yourselves, uplifting each other? What great have you done this week? What great have I done? What do I aspire to do? Stuff like that. I'll be honest. When my friends and I get together, chances are we're not talking about serious stuff. We're just being hilarious and laughing and unwinding, and that's great. But when it's time to support each other through the good stuff, we know at what point you are in life, and we feel you're slipping in your ambitions. We reel you back in our conversations. So what do you talk about with your friends? And the next thing is aspiration. You know, this word is very important. Do you look up to your friends? If you look at your circle of friends, do you look up to them? You know, they always ask you, who are your mentors? And you go for Oprah, Sijui who, Alicia Keys, I don't know. But what about your friends? I genuinely look up to my friends. You know, some of them have been married for so long. And so in the marriage world, I look at them and say, how are you doing this? Some of them have had their careers span 20 years. And I look at them and say, how? I literally aspire to be at least something of my friends. They inspire me that much. So I don't know if you can do that today. Look at all your friends and say, I'm in the wrong circle. Or I'm surrounded by queens and kings and great people who are doing great things. And maybe I might not have hinted it, but let me make it very clear. You need friends who are ambitious. Now, I'm not saying they have to be ambitious to the point where they want to be Warren Buffett, but be ambitious about something. Heck, if you like to eat, be ambitious about food. Show me some vibe and energy and be passionate about something. You know when you have friends who just go with the flow? Should we do this? Yeah. Do you like this? Why not? Do you like it? Yes. Then may I also like it. Okay, so what about that guy? I don't know. He's just a good guy. How is he a good guy? I don't know. People were just there. Meh friends. I call them meh. Everything they do it with a meh attitude. I don't have time for that, my friend. I don't. So, I don't know the kind of circle of friendship you have today. I don't know if it's serving you well. But if you want to share, the comment section is here.